we'd trekked out for 6 hours, and we've been waiting there at this position. We were at this beautiful natural arch, which was a feature that only scientists, and prior to that, the Mayans had visited. So here are we, the crew, standing in this phenomenal location, and we're just waiting, and no one's coming. Just as we're about to turn around and head back, we're beaten to it by the sound of our names being called through the jungle.
We thought maybe finally some racers had arrived, we could shoot them, etc. Well, turns out the voices calling our names had accents, and that got me a little worked up, and so I grabbed my machete and said, "That's us! Who's that? Who's that?" And I come out of the woods just a few steps, and it kind of sobered up real quick with all the AK-47s that were leveled at me. There's some gentlemen from where are you guys from? The Belize Defense Force? Yep. From the Belize Defense Force show up this morning surprisingly to come get us, which was a surprise. We had no idea. So anyways, their understanding was we were going to be back at 9 o'clock last night, and I'm not sure where that information ever came from, because we were going all the way through to meet up with Scott on the other side, which I assume Scott has turned around with some teams, so maybe he's got some good stuff there.
I was out trekking with the team, and we made it to the rappel where the rope team was stationed, and they informed the team I was with that the arch that Erik and Viv were going to, I hoped we're at, was next. That checkpoint had not been able to be put in, which was concerning because A, it's one of the most important parts of the shoot. B, a crew was sent there for nothing.
The issue was that they shut down this checkpoint and had no way to tell us, and so we've been out here waiting for racers who are never going to come.
Once everything settles down and they realize that we're not lost, we're not nearly dying, and we're not in trouble, and one of the guys sees that I have food, it dawns on me, none of these guys have brought any food. So here I am, Erik comes back, and Viv's there like the mother hen feeding the Belize Special Forces, our rescuers.
They wanted to get out of there quite fast, and so they're ready to get going and head out. So we've figured, all right, let's motor. We have about 7 hours ahead of us through the jungle, and we take off. We just start marching along as we do, and pretty soon we can't find these guys. We're not sure where they're at. Never see them again until we get out, and they're like about 45 minutes behind us by the time we get out.
Thanks, I appreciate you guys making the trek. I know that was really horrible out there, but I'm glad you made it. Thanks, appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the burritos.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Turns out when we got back to the forward operating base, I sit down talking with the commander, and he says, "Erik, your woman is strong. She's a fast walker." And I go, "Oh, yeah." Well, it turns out they had told their commander that they couldn't keep up with us, and they were stunned how fast the woman was. So now we have Vivian, fast walker.
Got back, talked to our race director, who told me that the BDF had been sent to rescue the BDF, who had been sent to rescue you guys. At which point, comic relief was hard to suppress.
That is so funny. So we didn't need rescuing, and there was a rescue party sent out, and that rescue party didn't come back, and they were rescued by another Defense Force rescue party, and we actually rescued the first Defense Force rescue party by getting them food.
Feed them.
I guess my biggest concern was if we were in trouble and we had run out of water and food, what were they going to do?
Yeah, well, that's a good question.